And some of the tools that we may end up talking about today are really changing the game for what accountants can do.
Well, hello and welcome to the Workforce Newsroom. I'm Heather Sperduto, and as we kick off 2025, accounting firms are looking to strengthen their staff and really manage the growing demands on capacity. As one of the most trusted advisors for their clients, many firms are really starting to wonder how they can invest in themselves to meet the evolving needs of their clients, the market, and much more. So joining me here today is Darren Root, co-founder of Better Every Day. So welcome, Darren.
Well, thank you, Heather.
What a pleasure having you here. So we're going to jump right into this.
Okay.
It has never been more interesting in the accounting profession, and there's new tools and new technology that's really allowing the industry to up their game. So I'm just curious, from your perspective, what can accountants do to really level up and shake things up as they interact with their clients and they think about their practice?
You know, as somebody that's practiced, I practiced for nearly 40 years. I don't remember a time when it was this exciting to be in the profession. You know, for years and years, it was just like me and my team in the four walls. Now you have this thing called AI and, connected to all the knowledge, it seems like, on the planet. So what can firms do to sort of shake things up? They can really start engaging with the tools that allow them to shake things up. I think right now, you just don't want to be behind the curve on some of this stuff.
So always seeking out potentially what that new technology is. The tech stack in general seems to be a big buzzword that's out there, selecting the right partners, the right technology, and having that in place.
Yeah, I think just this stuff is not a secret out there. People are talking about it, but just paying attention and engaging, not being afraid to change or to engage in something new. Because things are really changing at a rapid pace right now, and some of the tools that we may end up talking about today are really changing the game for what accountants can do.
Now let's talk about people for a second, because the people are the heart and soul, and the staff of an accounting firm is really where the magic happens. And these days, attracting and retaining seems to be one of the most talked about topics, because it's a challenge, especially as there's fewer and fewer accounting students that are coming into the profession. So is there anything from your perspective about how improving the employee experience could really elevate and improve the overall performance of the firm?
Yeah, I think that we've sort of already moved to this kind of work from anywhere model, but then using modern tools. So many of the tools accounting firms use right now are legacy tools that have not been updated. It's really modern tool sets that allow them to get their job done from wherever they're at.
Similar to you in working with firms, I travel across the country and I'm in and out of accounting firms, and a compliment that I always give to the leaders is when I meet with their staff and they tell me they have the opportunity to be at a client location or work from home on certain days, but they want to be in the office. And when you ask those follow-up questions, all the reasons you're indicating, I have modern tools, they're surrounded by good people, they're happy in the work that they're doing, they choose to be in the office because they're in an environment where they're thriving. So that's interesting to hear that from your perspective. Now, if you were going to embark on a conversation with an accounting professional at the leadership level, and you were going to give them that first initial recommendation on improvement, like tools is a big piece to that, but is there another area when you think about capacity that might come into the fold when you talk with them?
Yeah, I think tools is the second part of the equation. I think the first part of the equation is the business model that the firm wants to adopt. Thinking about what an intentional business model is for that firm based on the objectives that they want to accomplish as a firm, I think that's step number one. And I like to define the business model as, what are they selling? Most firms have not clearly articulated what they're selling, who they want to sell it to, and then how they deliver it becomes that sort of that technology piece at the end.
There's one other area that I think we should talk about, and that is that word of burnout. And especially in your business adventure of better every day, I'm assuming this one naturally is a topic that you address with firms. How do you help with the well-being of the employees so that they don't go down that path of burnout?
Again, I think that goes back to business model. If you set up a business model that crams all your work into short periods of time and you're using legacy technology tools to accomplish that, you're going to end up with burnout. That's just what we've been doing in the profession for a really long time. So something needs to change there. And a lot of that is, extend your services throughout 12 months a year. It's the advisory services that we've talked about quite a bit. But with AI today, advisory you don't have to do by yourself anymore. And if the firm bundles that and prices it appropriately, then all of a sudden you've taken your work from being 2.5 months a year, 3.5 months a year, to 12 months a year, and you're doing what the client wants you to do, which is holistically serving them. They just want to know that they're doing everything they should be doing.
Well, Darren, you have taken several of these topics and really given us tremendous insight. It's not just the tools and the technology, but having that right business model, making the employees more productive, and embracing the next anything with the new AI experience that's coming into the profession and reaching the client. So thank you for joining us. And for more information, any of you who are attending today's conversation, you are welcome to follow up at adp.com/accountant to learn more.